Ministry, like KMFDM, predictably seems to release an album about every 2 years or so. This year it's From Beer to Eternity. And also like KMFDM, there's been an impressive continuity in style for the last several years. Power chords and samples, that's what you can be sure you're gonna get. The only thing that really dates the albums is what news clips Al Jourgensen happened to have in his sampler at the time. It seemed like during the Bush administration, every other song was about George W. Bush or had a Bush sample. None of them, unfortunately, was as entertaining as the Bush Sr. sample in the song NWO, but they still had their charm. One of the few new-ish things that they did in this album was the song Lesson Unlearned, which has a female singer, Patty Fox. I don't think I've heard Ministry do that before. It worked out well. That song sounded great. The single for this album is Permawar. I guess they wanted to play it safe by using the album's most typically Ministry-sounding song to promote it, but I found it a bit boring. I prefer the songs that are a little bit less metal-sounding and a little bit more electronic, like the opening track, Hail to His Majesty. I also like the faster tracks, like Punch in the Face. The song Fairly Unbalanced is almost 4 minutes of Fox News samples over a Motorhead-esque galloping guitar riff. I think my favorite track on this album is Change of Luck. It has this great melodic bridge after the chorus with these epic synthesized choir sounds. I think this is probably the first song I've heard since the With Sympathy days in which Al Jourgensen actually sings. Also, there's Vocoder. You can never go wrong with Vocoder. There are a couple of remixes at the end of the album. There's one for Permawar and one for Thanks But No Thanks. They're not very impressive, though. They're so close to the originals that they're not really all that much to write home about. Overall, I think this is one of the better albums that Ministry has released over the last few years. It's still Ministry, of course, so it's not that different, and I don't think there are any songs in this album that are as great or will be as remembered as NWO or Thieves or Psalm 69, but it's still a really solid piece of work.